Vidur Neeti, translation of Vidur's Neeti by Shree Anand Krishna. The word Vidur in Sanskrit carries the meaning of skilled, intelligent, and wise. Vidur, a unique character of the Mahabharata, portrays him as the half-brother of King Dhritarashtra and the minister to the Fabled Kingdom of Hastinapur. He was prominently known for his Nitis, ethics, truthfulness, unbiased judgment, dutifulness, and unfaltering faith to Dharma. Today, we will discuss few of his powerful advices in our third part of the series. A person should not indulge and occupy his mind in carrying out wicked and untruthful tasks. A wise person should not regret and be remorseful if he cannot accomplish a task through good and noble means and after being alert. Before carrying out a planned task, a person should carefully understand the plan and secret of accomplishing such work. A person should start a work after thorough research and thinking and never start a work in a hurry. Before deciding to start a work, a person should prepare a plan of action, consider the consequences of finishing such work, and whether such work accomplished will be beneficial to him and society. A kingdom will not be stable and prosperous, and its king will not last long if the king cannot gauge and measure the intensity of a situation, profit, damage, and hurt, treasury, and extent of punishment required to be given for an offense. A king who can accurately measure and judge a situation, profit, damage, treasury, punishment, will retain and expand his kingdom. A king who faithfully performs his duty and religion and rules with wisdom will retain and expand his kingdom. An ungrateful king who takes his rule and kingdom for granted and starts misbehaving with his subjects and does not dispense justice will perish. Haughtiness and pride will destroy a king and his kingdom, just like old age destroys beauty. A fish swallows a hook of iron covered inside a bait because of greed and hunger without thinking of the consequences. So, a person who desires progress should only possess or eat those foods which are worthy consuming and can be digested and is beneficial after digestion. A person who plucks unripe fruit from a tree neither can enjoy the juice of a ripe fruit, and he also destroys the seed of the tree. A person who plucks a ripe fruit and eats it at the appropriate time enjoys its tasty juice and also obtains fresh tree and fruits from its seeds. A king should collect revenue from his subjects without giving misery and trouble, in the same ways as bees collect honey from flowers after preserving and protecting the flowers. Just as a gardener plucks the flowers one by one without destroying the flower-bearing plant, a king should in a similar manner should collect revenue from his subjects without destroying them. A king should not behave like a coal maker who destroys the plants along with its roots. Before deciding to do a work, a person should deeply think and discuss the profit and harm and consequences if such a work gets accomplished as planned. There are certain useless and unfruitful tasks which, though easily achievable, are not worth pursuing, as any effort in accomplishing such tasks becomes useless. A person who cannot reward on being glad and who cannot harm if he is angry will not be respected as a master, and no one will accept his superiority and guardianship. A wise person tries to quickly finish a task which requires small means, but which yields great result and profit, and does not allow any interference in completion of such a work. A king who looks at his subjects in compassion, peace, and love wins the heart of his subjects even though he may be silent. A king and his kingdom does not get destroyed if a king does the following. A king who does not give away excessively on being pleased, just like a tree which has flowers but no fruit. A king who does allow easy access to his treasury and wealth to all the persons who seek for his reward. A king who is beyond the reach of persons who covet his wealth. A king who can project himself as powerful and prosperous, though he may be weak. Subjects of a king will remain happy if a king tries to please his subjects through his compassionate eyes, peaceful mind, sweet speech, and faithful duty. A person's consciousness gets maligned and polluted when the moment of destruction arrives. Such a person cannot take out from his heart injustice, which appears disguised as justice. An unjust king who has inherited his kingdom from ancestors destroys it in the same way as breeze disperses the cloud. The earth prospers and progresses under a king who respects traditions and customs and does his duty faithfully. The reputation of such a king is enhanced by the world. A king who stops faithfully doing his duty and indulges in evil deeds destroys his kingdom in the same way as leather burns and shrinks when put on fire. The planning and strategy adopted to destroy another kingdom should also be used to protect one's own kingdom by the king. Through truth and justice, a king should obtain his kingdom, and through truth and justice, a king should protect his kingdom. Prosperity earned by a king through just means does not leave the king. A person should comprehend and understand the essence from the useless murmuring of a madman and cries of children in the same way as gold is extracted from stone. Just as a poor householder gathers every grain for a living, in the same way a noble person should gather from everywhere good conversations, good deeds, and truthful facts. A cattle sees through its smell. A wise person sees through scriptures. A king sees through the skies. A common person sees through his eyes. A cow who easily gives milk is not troubled by others, but a cow who gives milk with great difficulty has to undergo lots of pain. The metal which bends without being heated on fire is never roasted on fire. A person who is humble and voluntarily bowing is not made forcefully to bow to others. In view of the above, a wise person should voluntarily bow before a strong and able person. Bowing voluntarily before an able and strong person is like bowing before the gods. The protector of cattle is the cloud. The supporters of the king are the ministers. The protector of a woman is her husband. The preserver of the wise are the scriptures. Faith is protected by truth. Knowledge is protected by practice. Beauty is protected by cleanliness. Kith and kin are protected by good deeds. A person devoid of good deeds cannot gain respect in spite of his high lineage. A person of low lineage can earn respect because of his good deeds. A person who envies and is jealous of others' riches, beauty, valor, strength, prosperity, happiness, good luck, and respect has a disease which is incurable. A person should fear from doing a deed that is not worth doing. A person should fear avoiding performing a deed which is worth doing. A person should fear from the secret being revealed before the work is done. A person should cease from drinking a fluid that leads to intoxication. Proud and haughty persons suffer the intoxication of knowledge, riches, and high lineage. For a rightful and truthful person, knowledge, riches, and high lineage becomes a source of strength.